So at the end of the 2019-2020 academic year, I was in my fourth year of mechanical and manufacturing engineering, and like everyone else, I was suddenly thrust into these alternative assessments necessitated by COVID, which was especially onerous for me because my usual method of study was to kind of ignore the course material for 12 weeks and then cram it all in the night before, which was a method that was well suited to the sit down closed book RDS exams. And suddenly faced with these open book assessments and take home exams and assignments replacing exams, I had to actually learn things, which was a bit of a shock to me in my fourth year of college. But after doing all my exams, I discovered, hey, I learned things, and I felt much more confident in those subjects than I did in any other subject in the previous 4 years of schooling. And I sent an email to the Dean of the Faculty saying as such that, talking to my peers and just from my own personal experience, it seemed like these alternative assessments maybe shouldn't be alternative. Maybe they should be more of a standard going forward because of how much more confident people felt and how much more people learnt from these assessments. And then I figured after I told the Dean that people felt more confident, I should probably confirm that was true. So I did a survey, and I got 487 respondents in what was then the EMS faculty, so the STEM faculty. And luckily what I'd said turned out to be true. So I asked what sort of assessments people had experienced, and you can see I got a broad range of different assessments on offer, so these results are probably valid for all of them because we got such a large overview. And then it was time to confirm my statement. Are people more confident in these online assessments? And the answer is really, it kind of depends. Mostly yes, people are much more confident in these online take-home exams or replacement assignments, with the exception of the real-time exams. See the results broken down. You can see broken down to people who did not experience real-time exams, so that's like MCQs or anything like that, and people who did experience real-time exams. And that is really the only division where the results differ. People who had real-time exams felt less confident in those subjects than normal. People who had take-home exams, who had assignments, they feel more confident than normal. And if we look at the qualitative responses, we can kind of get a look into why. I felt more confident in take-home exam because it's based more on understanding more than frantically using notes. I think it was a good insight into sort of my, in particular, experience of the RDS of I learn everything for about a day and then I delete it from my memory, which isn't going to serve me in the long run. Whereas when I had to actually learn how to do things, I've learned skills and those are going to go forward with me. And I want to know, did people find it harder or easier? And this didn't differ much depending on if people had real-time exams or not. Generally, the difficulty seemed to stay the same. There's a lovely wee bell curve there, sort of focusing on about the same level of difficulty as normal, and a nice comment I've highlighted here from the qualitative responses. When professors kept the exams or assignments to the level of conventional exams, I found we had a big advantage since we had access to our notes. But when professors made some assessments harder than the conventional exam, it allowed us to be challenged. And then finally, I asked people, did they want to go back to traditional sit-down exams like in the RDS? And I think based on this results, you can kind of say emphatically no. People don't want to go back to those sit-down traditional exams for the reasons I highlight. People recognize that they're learning more, that they're actually gaining skills. They're not just rote learning things and regurgitating some facts down onto a page. They're actually learning things they're going to take forward, learning skills, learning how to apply that knowledge. That's what people want from their modules. They don't want to memorize something for 2 hours and then forget it afterwards. They want to learn, and I think from these results we can see that at least people feel that these online take-home open book exams are a stronger way of gaining that knowledge, gaining that skill than traditional sit-down exams.